The GameCube had tons of great gems, and no one really seems to track down them all like me. Hey, I am the Game Collector, and this is Second Opinion Games, and today I'm going to bring you 10 more hidden gems for the Nintendo GameCube. Also, the very last one on my list today is probably the most hidden gem of any GameCube game ever. So, make sure you stick around to the very end. So let's start it now!
Second Opinion Games.
Transworld Surf, the next wave. Real-life surfers in real locations. Also some music that's licensed and inspired by the whole surfer attitude. And this is a terrific game brought to us by Atari. It's fun to play. Everything seems pretty realistic at first, doing, standard surfing stuff. However, sometimes you have to save a few dolphins. Later in the game, things get pretty weird. There's a multiplayer mode where you can even play against friends and maybe even take a shark against the surfers. But this is a rather difficult game to get into. But once you do, you'll find yourself surfing and hanging 10 like a boss. Pinball Hall of Fame. If you enjoy the history of video games, well, then you're probably also going to enjoy the history of pinball. And that's exactly what this is. It's a history lesson in pinball. There's unlockable bonus tables, historical facts, and fun facts. Taking you through the 50s, 60s, 70s, and even the early 90s, you get to see how pinball really progressed through the years. Also, the ball physics here seem pretty dead on, and nothing really weird happens. Everything feels perfect right down to the sheen on the glass, and this is a terrific pinball title, especially if you're a historian or just want to see how things progressed in the world of pinball. And it will have you flipping your flippers deep into the night. Spirits and Spells. This is a 3D action platform game with a couple of puzzle elements. You can shift back and forth between a devil or a witch in this very neat Halloween-themed atmosphere. Each character has their own unique weapons and special moves, so exploring them is an absolute must. And if you think this game is going to be easy just because of its kiddie atmosphere, it's not. Granted, some of that is because of the camera and trying to figure out how to land your jumps, but overall, it's challenging, it's fun, and Spirits and Spells has really cast a spell on me. Egg Mania, Extreme Madness. If you like Tetris, then you're gonna love this little twist on it. Basically, you play as an egg. You pick up Tetris-like shapes and stack them wherever you want. However, you can't leave too many gaps, otherwise the water will come up and destroy everything. Your goal is to get to the very, very top and float away, leaving your opponent to die. If you don't like the shape you have, well, just throw it away. Also, you could pick up weapons to toss over into your enemy's playfield. And this is an addictive, excellent puzzle game that will have you cracking yolks with your friends deep into the night. Also, it is really, really fun, guys. This one really took me by surprise, big time. I absolutely love the egg theme, and it's hilarious to make egg puns with friends. So really, don't pass this one up. It is a must-have, and you can even find it for the Game Boy Advance as well, so you now have no reason to not pick up this game. Splinter Cell Double Agent. Taking place in the Tom Clancy universe, you know this is going to have an epic story. Try and take down terrorists any way possible, including becoming one of them. And this will bring your morality into question. The lighting effects here are pretty good. It's 2 discs long, so you know this is going to be a pretty epic adventure. And honestly, I'm surprised this one even came out on the GameCube, because the 360 was going strong, and so was the Wii at this point, making this one of the later GameCube titles. And it's pretty fun at that. So just sneak through the shadows and pick up a copy. SSX On Tour. A snowboarding game with a bit of a rock and roll theme, tons of licensed music, and an extreme thrill ride from start to finish. You'll be going way too fast, going off jumps way higher than any regular person should, and doing crazy tricks that only my wildest imagination would be able to think of. Playing as Princess Peach, Mario, or Luigi just makes this version the best of any of the versions on any other console, and you have yourself a near perfect snowboarding experience. Not to mention you don't have to go outside and get frostbite and possibly lose a couple toes and maybe even break your leg. This is the best winter experience you could possibly have. Yeah, and I'm including actually going outside. SRS, Street Racing Syndicate. This is for all of you Fast and Furious fans that want to buy a car, trick it out exactly the way you want, down to what brand air filter you want in it. And this game, you race around town, earning street cred, even taking your car for a little bit of a cruise, avoiding police because they will track you down at all costs, not smashing up your car because you have to pay to get that fixed. Also, the computers then won't smash into you because they don't want to get their cars fixed either, and this is a terrific racing game that's basically simulation right down to a fine art. Also, you could get up to 15 girlfriends and make them do sexy videos for you. And I really bet you didn't expect to see that in a GameCube game. WarioWare Inc. Mega Party Games. When WarioWare first came out for the Game Boy Advance, I played it so much that I ran out and bought a Game Boy Advance player for my GameCube so I could play it on the big screen TV. Someone at Nintendo must have also felt the same way because then it came out on the GameCube. These are 2 to 3 second micro mini games, and the boss battles last slightly longer. This time around, it has more of a party atmosphere, so it's best played with a few friends, and there's even Game Boy Advance connectivity. It's weird, it's crazy, and it's perfect for any quick pick-up-and-play session. WarioWare Inc. is a 5-star game that shouldn't be a hidden gem, and often slides under the radar. Cubivore, Survival of the Fittest. This game is just known for costing a ton of money, but if you actually sit down and play it, you'll find the best evolutionary game I might have ever played. It's simple to get into, very few button presses to do all the actions in the game, however, kind of deep and complex when you break down all the moving parts of it. Eat different animals to acquire different traits, and mate with more than one girlfriend to come up with the best breeding possibilities you can imagine. The whole game is simple and deep and cute and lovable and awesome. And it will set you back around $200. So Now it's time for the most hidden gem of all times. Are you ready? I'll give you a minute to think about what it is. Strategy Generic. Now, I've been through every single game of the GameCube lineup multiple times over, and I managed to miss this one every single time. You're gonna need to import it, so it's not gonna be cheap. But this is a beautiful, hand-drawn, bullet hell shooter to the extreme. And if you don't think this game is hard enough, well, I'm playing it on easy here, and sometimes the screen is just covered in bullets. Now, most of the time, these vertical shooters are judged by the gimmick they employ, and this one's no different. It certainly has a gimmick outside of its unique graphical style. You also have a sword, and in the beginning of the game at least, you could pick what type of weapons you want to use, whether it be bubbles or lasers or just your Vulcan cannons. Also, you have a recharging bomb that is pretty much mandatory in order to deflect all the bullets on the screen. So use it often, do not save it, and then work your way through the many levels of complete bullet hell in order to save the universe and the day. Hopefully you guys found something new on the GameCube that you never knew was out there. I really pride myself in bringing you the most hidden gems that I possibly can. And also take notice that this is a very, very small channel, which means I honor and respect everyone that hits that subscribe button, and I have a ton of more videos to do. So, please, leave a comment, because honestly, I am trapped in a little tiny room with absolutely no friends, and I cannot wait to hear what you have to say. And until later, I'll see you again, guys.